Wow, it does not feel like I should be driving down here. I feel like I'm here, but where am I? How are you all? I've actually come to where I am, the middle of nowhere, to go camping. It's December. I've never camped in the winter before, and I really want to test out my equipment. I don't have anything fancy, so I just wanted to test out sleeping with my mat and my sleeping bags to see if I'm going to be warm enough so that I can potentially go and do a walk and wild camp. But I am actually totally by myself, and this place is actually just a private field, so it's pretty much going to be as wild camping as you can be without wild camping, with the luxuries that I have brought with me in my car. Because whilst I'll be testing that equipment, it's December, I want to have a nice Christmassy time, so I've bought some stuff to have a nice relaxing festive evening as well. I'm just waiting for somebody to arrive to let me in. On the way here, the car made a biggie noise to tell me that the temperature was 4 degrees. It went down to 3.5 degrees whilst I was driving, so it's pretty nippy. It's, you know, obviously it could be colder, but I feel like this is cold enough for me to get a little taste of what it is like camping in the winter. It's a typical perfect English day, as you can see. Lots of beautiful grey skies, so really ideal for putting up a tent and camping. I decided to pitch my tent a little bit further over here, down by the ponies. It's not quite as flat, but you know, I don't like to make things easy for myself. I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous. Yeah. Is it beautiful? It's a bit saggy, but it's impossible to get rid of all the sags. It's not bad. What do you think? Let me know. Okay, let's see if we can actually get inside now. Oh my gosh, home sweet home. I'm quite proud of myself. Actually looks like a tent, doesn't it? Time to get cozy. This is my sleeping mat. Never slept on it, so we're testing this out tonight. I'm sure it's supposed to be idiot proof, but I don't think it is. Open valve. Fast self-inflation. Well, it hasn't really worked, so we're going to have to go with the old tried and tested method of inflating it, I think. That looks better, right? More like it. Riddle me this, I assumed that tents were supposed to be waterproof, but I can tell you now that the bottom of that tent where it's on the ground is already letting water through. I know you guys are going to all be like, Tori, of course tents aren't waterproof. You need to get a special waterproof tent mat to put your tent on. Home sweet home. Ta-da! Got my sleeping mat, pillow, babies, one sleeping bag, my other sleeping bag, and some clothes. So those are the things I wanted to test tonight. That's cool. Now it's time to move on to the cozy period of the evening, which is going to be a bit trickier than I'd anticipated because I thought my car was going to be right next to the tent. So I've got a lot of things to carry now, but let's see what I can get set up. Hey guys. Oh, beautiful. Oh, don't you try to eat me. You're both so beautiful, aren't you? Oh, that's all right. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh, don't look. Don't look. Now it's Christmas. the mulled wine out and cook my chestnut soup. This is looking really good. Definitely. The views are so nice. It wasn't really misty. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna have to have these ones for now. Ah! Oh my god. Ah! Jesus. Oh. Oh! Wow. Wow. Have this instead. There. I've got a packet of chestnuts here to go in this soup that went off apparently in 2022. But I think they're going to be okay. Let's crack. Don't be scared of the date it says on the packet. It's okay. This is so funny. It's only 4:30 and it's like nearly pitch black. I did not think I'd be doing this in the dark, but I brought it with me because I wanted to make this Christmas soup and have this like relaxing Christmas afternoon, which it's not that relaxing so far, I'm not gonna lie, but a stick blender. So I'm gonna try and plug that into the Bluetti and see if I can turn the soup into something delicious. Looking pretty tasty. Oh, it's a bit hot. This soup is actually so good and it's so simple. It's basically just chestnuts, carrot, onion, garlic. Okay, I was a bit lazy and didn't put the onion in, but yeah, sofrito, onion, garlic, carrot if you were going to do that, but chestnuts, lentils, stock, and yeah, it's just super, super good. This could take some time. I think I better get back to you when I've actually managed to get something going here. It's heating up really quickly. Oh good, I think it's ready. Whoop, whoop. Honestly, that is a cool piece of equipment. I'm actually feeling quite chilled out now. I was feeling quite uncomfortable. Oh, I was feeling quite uncomfortable earlier, and you know what? I am out of my comfort zone. I have only slept in a tent probably a dozen times in my whole life. I am not an experienced camper by any means. I think just the thought of getting the tent up and getting everything set up is a bit stressful, and especially the fact that it got dark so quickly. When I saw how lonely it was here, well, let's face it, I couldn't really be any closer to wild camping without actually wild camping, which is something like I've dreamed about doing. One thing that I worry about is that I'll just be super scared. So really it is letting me see exactly what it feels like to be by yourself, sleeping out in a tent, because there's no one else here. Yeah, I can honestly say this is a first for me. This is a new experience. Building a fire by myself, just being here, is so different. And it's actually something, I don't know, if it was something to do with building the fire. When I did that, I just started really relaxing, and now I feel like I've really calmed down. Yeah, I don't really feel worried anymore. I just think I can just sit here looking at the flames. I don't know, it's turning into something I didn't think it would be. And I'm glad it is, because I just feel very calm right now. Someone just told me it was Friday the 13th. Bit of a cool thing to say to somebody who's camping by themselves. Be told. It's 1 in the morning. It's cold. It's really cold. I'm going to try and wrestle my way into my sleeping clothes and into my 2 sleeping bags. I'm too cold to take my clothes off. I don't know if this is what people normally do when they're camping. Like, do you actually get changed into pajamas or just wear all your clothes? I absolutely stink from the fire though, so I've had to take my coat off, but I'm just gonna layer back up again. I've just realised that the tent's slightly sloping, which I thought would be okay, which kind of is, but it's sloping the wrong way. I'm gonna have to put my head up there in the cavern end, unfortunately. Number 2. The coffin end. Feet are freezing. Still got some nice fairy lights happening. I think I need to turn off the main light. How do you turn it off? House station also makes an excellent table. Got my movie. Oh my gosh. Getting into these sleeping bags is ridiculously complicated. I'm not sure if winter camping's for me, or camping that involves sleeping in such a tiny tent. I'll see you guys in the morning for breakfast if I make it through the night. Fingers crossed nothing goes bump in the night. I just woke up. I think it's still dark outside, but it's gone 7 o'clock. So I officially made it through my first night. And boy, was it cold. Really cold. Why do people do this? A proper puddle on the power station. I hope it's alright. Why aren't tents waterproof? Didn't really have a chance to show you guys around yesterday, but it's beautiful here. There's like a couple of fields and trees, and also some facilities. Got a tap, and you got a toilet tent. Oh, Everything's too wet to sit on. This is so wet. The chairs is so wet. It's another beautiful misty morning though in my life of enjoying misty weather. And you know I love it atmospheric. So yeah, it's good. I've had a really good time. In terms of my sleeping stuff, this is the sleeping mat that I've got. It's a Sea to Summit Camp Plus. It's like extra long and extra wide. That is why I bought it. I specifically was trying to find one that was wider. The first time I tried a sleeping mat was in the summer for one night. It was one of those tiny ones that I borrowed from my sister's boyfriend, you know, one of those really thin and kind of short and narrow. And most of them are really narrow. But you just roll off it immediately that you try to turn over. So I just wanted something more comfortable. And I have to say that of all the stuff I tried last night, this was a success. I found that comfortable. I know it is heavier than these smaller ones, but I feel confident sleeping on this now, so that's really good. My two sleeping bags, both of which are like over 20 years old anyway, I was still cold. It was so hard wrestling in and out of those things, like trying to get them on and then you're trying to get them zipped up and you can't, trying to get the thing done up around my neck, and oh my god, yeah, it was a drama. There was no way I was getting out. By the time I got into those things, I couldn't care less if I needed the toilet because I wasn't getting out of there till morning. Hiding my head and just trying to breathe into the bag to warm it up. Waking up a little bit later because I couldn't breathe properly and having to like gasp out the top. I'm not sure, it was about 4 to 5 degrees last night. I think if it had been colder, if it was more like around freezing, I think it would have been quite uncomfortable. Do you guys think I'm ready to go for like a proper walking wild camp? Because that's what this was practice for and leading up to basically. So I don't know, do you think I'm ready? Have I got the gear I need, or do I really need something else to do that to be comfortable? Any advice, always appreciated. As for the tent, size-wise, that works for me because I like to be able to sit up in it. I don't even get smaller ones. This, again, it's a friend's that he lent me a couple of years ago. As is my sleeping bag. This is the only thing that I bought for myself. Basically, I've been borrow stuff all the time. But it's not waterproof. Is that normal? Like the ground sheet, as soon as I went in and put it up last night, went in and touched the floor, the water's coming through. It comes through the walls. I don't understand, why aren't tents waterproof? People making tents not realise you're going to use them outside? I find the whole thing utterly bizarre. And when I got in, I actually didn't feel scared. I was worried that I would be lying there awake all night thinking that a murderer was going to come and get me. Although, truth be told, I think the fact that I was so cold, I was like, if a murderer comes, I don't give a because I'm not getting out of this sleeping bag. I have to pack up now as quick as I can. I'm going to walk with my friend's greyhounds, which is basically the high point of my life at the moment, because they make me feel joy in my heart. And sometimes joy can be hard to come by. Maybe that sounds really sad, and I don't mean it in a sad way, but yeah. I just love them. And it's scientific fact that sniffing dogs releases like the happy hormones, so I'm looking forward to that. So I need to get going. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little camping trip, and hopefully we will do another one soon. Have a very Merry Christmas and see you later. No, I'm not going to tidy this up. Look at all this. Where does it come from? It's inflating again. It's inflating again. Oh, somebody help me. Oh, come on. Perfect. The Eddie off-roading.